You don't wear the pants in the family, but you do wear her panties, don't you?
The rivalries in WWE might be scripted, but that doesn't stop the wrestlers from attacking their opponents with personal insults. Several such promos were so controversial, you would wonder how they even aired this segment. I'm SoCal Val, and here are the 5 most savage insults in WWE history. Number 5, AJ Lee makes it personal. AJ Lee was one of the best female wrestlers during her time in WWE. Her promos were epic, and she carried her gimmick superbly. The love lives of the Bella Twins have often been brought up by their opponents to get into their heads, but AJ Lee really took the gloves off. On an episode of Raw in 2015, AJ Lee delivered a shocking promo as she kept humiliating Brie and Nikki Bella in the segment before giving the finishing touch by saying, "It's about time somebody breaks it to the Bellas. Talent is not sexually transmitted." In case you didn't understand what AJ meant, Nikki Bella was dating John Cena at the time, while Brie Bella was with Daniel Bryan in real life. Lee's statements resonated with what several fans had claimed at the time, that the Bella Twins' real-life relationships were the reason they were pushed by WWE. Number 4, Vince McMahon puts down Shane McMahon. As fans, we know that Vince McMahon has never shied away from anything if it would make for a good dramatic TV segment, not even getting his family involved in storylines and downright insulting them in front of the world. He did exactly that with his own son, Shane McMahon, back in 2001. Vince and Shane have rarely seen eye to eye on anything, especially in WWE storylines. They have had countless verbal encounters with each other, but nothing matches Vince telling his own son something that no child would ever want to hear.
"I will never forgive your mother for giving birth to you."
The father and son would eventually fight one another in a dramatic street fight at WrestleMania 17, where Shane McMahon emerged victorious. Number 3, Paul Heyman gets real with JBL. Paul Heyman is a promo master. Let's just accept that, shall we? Whether he's an advocate or a special counsel, you don't want to end up in a battle of words with Mr. Heyman. Just ask WWE Hall of Famer JBL why that's true. The whole incident started with JBL taking the opportunity during the build to 2005's ECW One Night Stand to insult the business practices of Paul Heyman and ECW. Unfortunately, Heyman had the live mic, and he gave JBL a proper dressing down by saying, quote, "The only reason you were WWE champion for a year is because Triple H didn't want to work on Tuesdays." Fans erupted as Heyman tore into JBL, who could do nothing but laugh on the sidelines. The statement was a reference to the fact that Triple H remained on Raw throughout 2004 and fought for the World Heavyweight Championship while JBL got the opportunity to establish his reign as the WWE champion on SmackDown. I mean, if the game was on SmackDown, he definitely would have ended JBL's title reign way earlier, don't you think? Number 2, Brock Lesnar doesn't care. Speaking of Paul Heyman, one person who he spoke a lot for throughout his career is Brock Lesnar. The Beast incarnate for most of his WWE tenure has stayed away from the mic, letting both his actions and Heyman do the talking. While it's not surprising to see him take to the mic in his recent run with the company, it was very shocking to see him speak when Heyman was with him. One such instance happened in 2016 when Heath Slater was a free agent following the WWE draft. Slater confronted Paul Heyman and Brock in the famous exchange where Heath once again told the world that he has kids and desperately needs the job, even if he had to beat Brock Lesnar to earn a contract. He did receive sympathy from the fans in attendance, but Lesnar verbally destroyed Slater with just one cold line. "I don't give a shit about your kids." It was quite a special moment and really helped in boosting Slater's gimmick at the time. Did Lesnar mean it though? Number 1, the Rated R promo. Perhaps 2 of the greatest tag teams in WWE history are the multi-time tag team champions, The New Day and the Usos. Over the years, these 2 teams have had several feuds with each other, where things got really personal, leading to their SmackDown Tag Team Championship defense against the New Day at Battleground 2017. The Usos had an unconventional rap battle segment against their opponents. The 2 teams took shots at each other, but the Usos did the unthinkable by mentioning a real-life adult film scandal involving Xavier Woods. Quote, "Biggie, let's just keep it PG. You know what's good. Just don't get all rated R like your boy Xavier Woods." The fact that WWE would even allow the reference of the viral adult video sent shockwaves amongst the fans. Thankfully, to date, this remains the one and only mention of the scandal in WWE. And that's our list. For Sportskeeda Wrestling, I'm SoCal Val.